Hello friends, welcome to my channel Creating Essence. I am Megan. Thank you so much for stopping by today. In case you couldn't guess, it's hive inspection day. I am feeding the girls. I'm actually going to be changing over the feeding system in the Salt and Pepper Hive, and I thought I would bring you along to take a look at what the girls are up to. I need to do is shut off the trail cam, because if I don't, I end up with like hundreds of pictures and videos of me while I'm doing my hive inspection. Got my smoker out here and ready. The girls are active but calm, so I'm gonna go grab my basket of supplies. Morning, girls. Naturally, the day I had my smoker going really well while I got ready, it burned out. I think we've got it back going again. Guess we'll see. Oh my, girls. This is the Salt and Pepper Hive that we need to do the most work on. They have had a bag feeder system up until this point, and I just prefer the convenience of the jar feeder system, because of the bag feeder I have to get in here, suited up and involved in order to feed them, and I would really prefer to be able to just pop a new jar in there if I don't have time for a whole suited up hive inspection when they need more food. People have asked about the hive feeding. After learning what I did in my beekeeping classes this winter, I have been feeding my girls during this first year. It is August right now. I just got them in May. I've planned to feed them for the first year while they're getting established and building up strength. I still do not see any building on this top. I'll show you. I don't know if you can see down inside of them, but on either side there's a little bit of comb being drawn out, but got lots of propolis in here making things nice and sticky. But that's about it, and that's interesting to me because this was a huge nuke when I bought it. So I gave them this second super pretty early because I wanted to make sure that they had plenty of room. And it doesn't seem like they've used it much at all. They've got a whole lot of sticky goo sticking this stuff together. I recently got a frame lifting tool. I saw this used by Travis at the Wright Farm, and it was really interesting to me. Look at that. You see those girls? They're drawing out some comb there. There's honey down inside. Oh, we've got a hive beetle. Hive beetles are not your friend. They say to expect them, but they are no good. That guy's dead now, so there's a plus. Looks like this side is still bare, but they're doing a nice job drawing out that comb and filling it with honey. There we go. And now I think I'm going to lift this entire frame and check out what's down below, because I'd really like to see the hive beetle situation. There we go. All right. Wow. All right. So this is the main hive Bring it down in here. These are the frames that came with my nuke initially. Got some burr comb up here. But this is the main hive. I'm seeing a whole lot of capped honey in there, but I'm going to pull out some frames and take an extra look. Don't want to pinch anybody. Wow, look at all that honey. That is amazing. That is all capped honey in there. More honey. They're filling up there. Wow. Set this down nice and careful so nobody gets squished. So far I have not seen any brood, which is eggs and growing babies. Just a whole lot of beautiful honey. This is uncapped honey. Kind of see it glistening there instead of top right there. More capped honey. That is gorgeous. And we are letting them keep their honey this year so that they have it for their first winter. We have not harvested any. We don't plan to harvest any. So far, no brood at all in this hive. But I've only looked at a few frames. We'll see. This one here is very active. I'm wondering if this is kind of brood central here. There we go. All right, that is, you can see there's honey around the edges here. And then, oh, hi friend. Got a friend on my finger. I don't know if you can see down into those combs, the little white things. Those are baby bees. That is brood that's growing. This is called capped brood, where it has the top on it, and that's where they're finishing out their growing in there. Very nice. This side, yeah, same thing. More honey on the edges and brood down the center. They're all growing babies. Give them a little puff of smoke because there were a whole bunch right where I needed to set down the frame. I don't want to hurt people or bees, you know, whatever. So far I have not seen any more hive beetles, but I'm not so naive as to think that that was, excuse me friend, the only hive beetle around. So, well, they're getting a little more testy right now. I don't know if I accidentally squished someone down low or they're just annoyed with my presence. More brood, lots of brood. Honey around the edges, brood in the center. That's what's called a good brood pattern, where it's all solid and filled in. It's not spotty. It's good news. Check the other side, same thing, beautiful brood pattern. And everybody's all piled up here. I'm wondering if the queen is there. There we go. All right. I am going to say that I am pretty confident that things are healthy in here because we've got a lot of honey, a lot of healthy brood, a great brood pattern, and it kind of looks like it's repeating itself throughout. More honey over here, the capped brood and the brood pattern in the center. So I'm just going to separate just the corner of the base and this frame to see what's going on down here, if there's mites and beetles and things of that nature that I need to be aware of. All right, I'm not seeing, oh, there's one beetle. Oh, they're not pleased with my smoking, but I really need to get them back in order. All right, we are getting very angry. See, they're coming out over the corner here. I'm gonna try to smoke them back down and just put it all together and leave them alone because they don't like to stress out my bees. Come on, girls. I don't want to kill anybody. Come on. Ah, I dropped my smoker. Oh, now they're coming at my face. I know, I'm sorry. I really rocked the boat. I'm sorry. While we're here, I wanted to change it over to the jar feeding setup. So what I'm gonna do here, I know, I'm sorry. I have this piece of screen mesh. I want it generously bigger than this opening here. Put it down. They're agitated, but it doesn't seem like anybody put off the alert pheromone, so that's good. I'm really glad about that. I know squished bees happen, but I just don't want to. I would rather keep my hive inspections a situation that does not involve alert pheromones from these girls. I'm not foolish enough to think that they're going to enjoy my intrusions necessarily, but this is one reason why I would like to do the jar feeder, because this way I can keep them well fed without having to mess with them. If you've seen Betty Davis Hive, we have the jar feeder here. We're getting the jar feeder going on here to make it easier. I have it all set up here, except I have plastic wrap on, so I need to take that off. We have the holes poked in here, and the surface tension, once tipped over, will keep it from pouring out. They'll just come up to it and touch the sugar bubbles and be able to receive a droplet of sugar. Wash that out. Thank you, friends. So sorry for all the stress today. And there we go. And there we have it. And that is the Salt and Pepper Hive. See, they're still on the outside from where they got a little stressed, but they're going to follow the smell of their queen. And they're gonna go back around to the door and everybody will go back inside. You can tell by the noise that they're making that they're busy and they're doing stuff, but they're not stressed. If you are a beekeeper, I would love to hear what kind of feeders you use. I know there are so many different methods. There are manufactured feeders and methods, and we just kind of went with 2 homemade options and figured out what we liked best. Thank you all for sticking around today. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. Now I'm going to go on to the Betty Davis Hive, and you all can see that video tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends.